Good evening, I'm Camelia and you're watching KiniNews. For years, Shafee Abdullah has been the safe of Najib's legal team. However, that's no longer the case in his SRC appeal. Shafee's law firm has been dropped.
Lawyer Muhammad Shafee Abdullah's law firm, Shafee Co, is no longer representing Najib Abdul Razak for his appeal in the SRC International corruption case. In a letter to the federal court, the firm informed that Najib has discharged Najib's firm from acting for him. In the same letter, it was revealed that Najib has appointed Messrs. Zaid, Ibrahim, Suflan, Liew and partners as lawyers. The letter added that the Apex Court can contact lawyer Zaid Ibrahim for any further clarification over the matter. When contacted by Malaysia Kini, lawyer Muhammad Shafee, who is from Shafee Co, confirmed the contents of the letter. The federal court has set 10 days in August to hear the final appeal by Najib. He is seeking to quash his conviction and sentence of 12 years in jail and 210 million ringgit fine. On December 8th last year, the Court of Appeal dismissed Najib's appeal to overturn the 2020 ruling by then Kuala Lumpur High Court Judge Muhammad Muhammad Ghazali, who found Najib guilty and imposed the sentences. Nazlan has since been elevated to the Court of Appeal.
So why has this been done now? One thing is certain, with a new legal team in place, they're trying to buy more time. In fact, they're already requested a postponement.
Najib Abdul Razak's newly appointed lawyers are seeking for the federal court to postpone the scheduled 10-day SRC corruption case appeal hearing next month. According to a letter from the law firm Zaid, Ibrahim, Suflan, Liew and partners to the federal court dated today, the legal team said it is because they were just appointed to represent Najib in the appeal. The letter signed by the firm's senior partner Liew stated that Najib has instructed them to seek an adjournment of the SRC appeal hearing scheduled from August 15th to 26th. The lawyer said it is because, quote, on the basis that a wholly new team has taken over conduct of the above matter. Liew added that the new legal team led by Hisham Tehpotek will act for Najib in the SRC appeal. Liew also apologized to the court for all the inconvenience caused by the request. Earlier today, it was reported that Najib dropped lawyer Muhammad Shafee Abdullah's law firm, Shafee Co, from acting for him in the SRC appeal.
Yesterday, the nation was rocked by a witness testimony in Zaid's UKSB trial that even Mahathir received money from the company. However, the former Prime Minister and MCA leaders have denied the claim.
Former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and former Transport Minister Chan Kong Choi have denied receiving political funds from Ultra Kirana Sundarian Berhad. This comes after a witness in the corruption trial of former Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi testified in court. Mahathir told reporters in Langkawi yesterday that the accuser should show proof to back his claims. He gave an example of how the Pakatan Harapan administration showed the flow of money to Najib Abdul Razak's bank accounts. According to Sinar Harian, Mahathir asked for his bank accounts to be checked. He noted that the accuser said the money was paid to a third party, which implied it could also be a lie. Yesterday, former UKSB Administrative Manager David Tan Seong San told the Shah Alam High Court that the company's secret ledger recorded payments of 2.6 million ringgit to Mahathir through his nephew. Tan said this when cross-examined by the defense team of Zaid. Zaid is on trial for allegedly receiving bribes from UKSB. According to the Star, Chan also denied having received 7.8 million ringgit from UKSB. Chan was Transport Minister between 2003 and 2008.
Jamal Yunus, best known for being the leader of the Red Shirt movement, will now have to reach deep into his pockets to pay Teresa Kok.
Sungai Besar UMNO Division Chief Jamal Yunus has been ordered by a court to pay 300,000 ringgit to Supute MP Teresa Kok as damages for his 2017 speech. In his speech, Jamal had accused the lawmaker of abusing the Yayasan Warisan Anak Selangor funds.
MACC officers really investigated me. They came to my office, took away all the files, from my office related to that. And also interrogated me and also my assistant Erislan, who is here. Both of us have been interrogated for a few times, the underground investigation. So we were forced to ask all sorts of questions, and every interrogation is one whole day, So we have to go through all this, hardship, mental torture, just because Jamal, went to make such a stupid report, against me.
The Kuala Lumpur High Court Judicial Commissioner, Muhammad Arif Emran Harifin, made the order after allowing Kok's defamation suit against the UMNO leader. In the judgment, Arif said the defendant failed to prove his defense. He also said the amount is to be paid by the defendant to the plaintiff within 14 days from today. Arif also ordered Jamal, who was absent from court today, to pay another 50,000 ringgit as costs and issued an injunction to prohibit him or his agent from repeating the allegation in any format. Besides Kok, Jamal also claimed that several politicians from Kuala Lumpur and Selangor had used funds meant for welfare for personal gain. He claimed the politicians withdrew cash from the Yawas fund but never distributed it to qualified recipients.
COVID-19 has ruined many things in the past 2 years, and it continues to make life difficult, particularly for the prosecution in Zaid's corruption trial this week.
Ahmad Zaid Hamidi's corruption case over the foreign visa system has been postponed to Friday after being informed that the last prosecution witness was infected with COVID-19. Deputy Public Prosecutor Raja Rosela Raja Thoran told the Shah Alam High Court Judge Muhammad Yazid Mustafa that he was informed by the 18th witness and an MSCC investigating officer about the matter late yesterday. Raja Rosela, who is leading the prosecution team, also asked for the August trial date to be maintained so the proceedings could continue. The court had set August 10th, 11th, 12th and 24th for the trial dates. Zaid is facing 33 charges for receiving bribes amounting to 42 million ringgit from UKSB as an inducement for himself in his capacity as a civil servant and then Home Minister to extend the contract of the company as an operator of the one-stop center in China and the VLN system. On another 7 counts, Zaid was charged as Home Minister to have obtained for himself millions of ringgit in cash from the same company in connection with his official work.
Farmers and fishermen gathered outside Parliament today to send a message to our lawmakers that it's time to start addressing food security.
Petani! Hidup petani! Hidup nelayan! Hidup nelayan! Hidup pesawat! Hidup pesawat!
A group of about 100 farmers and fishermen gathered outside Parliament today. Their objective was to highlight the local food production and food security crisis. In their memorandum, they called for the government to recognize land used for food production as sensitive land to maintain food security. The group was joined by Parti Sosialis Malaysia members. PSM Chairperson Dr. Michael Jayakumar said they were calling for Parliament to pass a resolution to facilitate food distribution in the country.
Bagi pada masa ini, jangan sekat kita. Bagi mereka keluarkan. Jika pergi, mengusir macam petani di Perak kena diusir beramai-ramai. Nelayan di Pulau Pinang diancam dengan penambagan laut yang akan rosakkan tempat menangkap ikan. So ini akan memusnahkan kapasiti kita untuk keluarkan makanan untuk rakyat.
Present to receive the memorandum from the group were Bayan Baru MP Sim Zerzin, Pokok Sena MP Mahfuz Omar and Pasir Gunang MP Hassan Abdul Karim. Hassan said there must be an importance placed on food security as it is a basic human right. Meanwhile, Sim talked about how Malaysia has vast amounts of land for farming, however its usage left a lot to be desired. Mahfuz called for the people to exercise their democratic right to gather and call for better food security in the country.
Certain politicians and followers are sometimes offended by criticism or only postings. They may want to learn a thing or two from the Pahang region Tengku Hassanal.
Pahang region Tengku Hassanal Sultan Abdullah has asked the police to drop its probe against the head of the Malaysian Nature Society's Pahang chapter. Tengku Hassanal wrote on his Instagram page today that upon finding out that Nur Jehan Abu Bakar was being probed for her tweet, he reached out to the police. He said he asked the police to leave her alone and not to create drama. On July 18th, Nur Jehan tweeted that Tengku Hassanal was 2 hours late for an official event in Terengganu on that day. This led to online backlash along with accusations that she was insulting the regent. In a separate Instagram post today, Tengku Hassanal explained that he was late for the event because he wasn't feeling well. He also apologized for being late for the event. Separately, Tengku Hassanal also urged the public not to report graphic artist Fahmi Reza's latest satirical work to the police. He said he actually liked the graphics. Fahmi's latest piece featured a person in a tengkolok headgear performing push-ups against a yellow background with the caption, quote, "Push-ups for Tasik Chini."
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Camelia. Thank you for watching.